Hey everybody, this is the Affezi.com podcast for April 10th, 2013. I'm Jacob.
I'm Bobby. How's it going?
How is everybody?
Wonderful.
No response.
There's only
Typical.
me, not everybody.
Yeah, well, I'm acting like we have an audience, which we really don't. But how's it going, Bobby? How are you?
It's going good, dude.
Yeah, you
As
feeling great?
always.
That's good. I like that. That's what I like to
Sorry.
hear. We're still getting used to this. It's our first time apparently.
I think so. You screwed everything up before the show. It's
Yeah,
your
it
fault.
wasn't working out well. It's April, man. April Fools.
Just 10 days late.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how have you been? How you doing?
Pretty good. Just doing stuff, typical things. Nothing crazy.
That's always good.
No, it's not good. It's boring.
It is boring, huh?
Yeah.
Everything's boring. Work's boring. Doing nothing's boring.
Yep.
So not
Yeah.
really everything. There's a few things that aren't boring.
Yeah. Have
Drinking
you
at a strip club. Definitely not boring.
what's that?
I said drinking at a strip club. That's not boring.
No, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to ask you, have you been on the site lately? Have you put up anything?
Yeah, I posted a blog
What was your blog about?
about online dating.
Titties?
Go figure.
Uh, and
It's
what'd
kind
you
of
have
on
to say?
topic. What's up?
What'd you have to say about it?
I was just talking about, because I just moved to Arizona. We've talked about it. Um, Basically going on and reading girls' profiles and just
Uh-huh.
seeing how generic they are, how just how much bullshit they put into it. And
Uh-huh.
then they want to, sorry, voice a little off. No, but they'll put exactly what they
You need a
want.
beer.
What?
I said you need a beer.
I should go grab one. Damn it. No, but I went on there and I just things I like and don't like about girls' profiles online, like on dating sites, like what to do, what not to do. It's from a guy's perspective, point of view.
Uh-huh.
So, and I've never really done it. So, the past week I've been going on there looking at a bunch, and I just get turned off by most of them. It's just like you're talking yourself out of anybody even serious who someone you really want. They're not gonna hit you up just by reading your profile.
So what's so wrong about the profile?
Um, a lot of them get really aggressive and defensive, like just explaining themselves.
Uh-huh.
You talk about yourself. Be honest. You don't need to get defensive. Put your guard up. That's the whole point of being on there is to meet people, not push
Yeah.
people away.
Yeah. Now, do you think it's just a misrepresentation of themselves or just like the worst way you could come off?
It's about the worst way you could possibly come off,
Uh-huh.
and hopefully it's a misrepresentation. But
Uh-huh.
if that's their personality, good for them.
Do you have a specific example of something that really turned you off on one of the profiles?
Uh, One thing that really bugs me is the cliche lines of "I'm new at this. I've never really done it." Like when they put it in there, or I don't. I'm shy. I don't like talking about myself. Nobody wants to talk about themselves. At least I don't. Most people I know don't want to talk about themselves unless you're full of yourself like you.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
but no, it's you don't have to start it off and then write four paragraphs about yourself. And then you
Yeah.
talk about Prince Charming over here and how you want this perfect guy who has to be this way about everything. He's got some of these girls give a list of like 20 things they want a guy to be. It's like, good luck with that. Let me know how that works out.
I think it's worked out pretty well, don't you?
That's why they're still on there, right?
Yeah. Yep. I think that guys are a lot more superficial when it comes to looks, but women are more superficial when it comes to qualities, and they expect you to be everything right away. That's
Yeah,
my
it
take on
doesn't
it.
happen.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It absolutely is. One of the things I was reading on one of the girls' profile, she puts like she wants to grow with you and become one, but she doesn't want to change you in any way, shape, or form. But relationships, you should grow and mature. Like,
Yeah,
shut up.
those are two conflicting messages, and that's common too, where they're saying one thing and doing another, or there's just two completely different messages that you're fed, and you don't know which is which.
Yeah, it's it blows me away going on there. Like I
Yeah.
remember 10 years ago, I'd go on like instant messenger or AOL chat rooms,
Uh huh.
and you just randomly hit up and start talking. You just do the age, text, location, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But online dating just it changes it. I I don't know.
I think
I got the impression that a lot of girls like that's where they get their attention. So like they'll even put like if I don't message you, I'm sorry, but I get hundreds of messages a day. It's like,
yeah.
okay, that's cool, but they're putting it out there like they're a celebrity. I'm like, calm down.
I get a lot of spam email too.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I think you're right though. It is that fake celebrity mentality that people are getting on the internet. You're a regular person, and I bet you if you met them in person, they wouldn't be shit. Like their personality would probably suck.
yeah, probably. Because it comes off that way.
Yeah. It's easy to put yourself out as one thing on the internet, and then once you meet, it's completely different.
Yeah, it totally is. You've got to be able to distinguish who you are online as well as who you are in person. And you got to be the same person.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to tell every little detail about your life, but show some personality, show something, show who you are, at least something. Not too
Uh huh.
much, but so when if you do want to meet somebody or start talking to them, you actually it's the person you thought you're talking to.
Yeah.
You don't talk on the phone or meet in person, and you're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah. I
Personality
think
wise.
people they idealize stuff or people in general before they meet, so they expect them to be a certain way, and they're not. They're just who they are. If
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
it does.
Just they want you to be a certain way because that's how they envision it, and then they meet you, and it's not what they envision, so they're not into it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's funny, dude. I just was laughing.
Yeah.
Another thing that really made me laugh. A lot of girls put in their profile that they don't want to support you or take care of you. They're independent. They have their
Yeah.
own life. They don't want to be your sugar mama.
Woo.
Which that's cool, but they're stating it obviously because they've done it before.
Uh huh.
And the way they come off, it's like you're gonna push out the guys you're going for because you're putting that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you're mature and you're an adult, you don't need to put that in your profile. It should be common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a guy's reading that who has a career, has money, has his shit together, he's gonna be like, "Wow, she's really putting that." So she likes losers. Okay,
Yeah.
so that I mean, those are just a few examples of things that bug the shit out of me, or that I thought were funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed that the worst approach to me is someone who outlines exactly what they don't want, because that just makes me think they're a negative person.
Exactly. Tell us what you want, you know,
Yeah.
and talk about yourself. Don't just say two things about you and then, like you said, put what they don't want. And don't say, "Well, I know myself." You don't know yourself. That's why you're
Yeah.
single. That's why you have a history in the past.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I think there's a lot to be said about that topic.
oh, definitely.
Just I don't think it's as easy as people think. You have to. I think you really have to look at the person and who's pursuing you or who's interested in meeting you and stuff like that, because those people don't always come around. You know what I mean? So if you find someone who has potential, but you're immediately turned off, I don't think you're really giving that person a chance.
But
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So
Spot
you're
on.
just like, what I find is some people, they say they want to move slowly and they want to get to know someone, but if there's not an immediate spark, they're like, oh, we're probably better off as friends. I'm like, well, you just did two different things right there.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. Sorry, did you hear that on delay or something?
No. I'm just
Oh.
saying, like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to try to have sex with you on the first date, or do you want me to be respectful so you can get to know me? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what do you want?
I think a lot of those profiles are complete. They're misguided or they're the exact opposite of how they really feel.
Yeah,
I think they try to cover up their own, I don't know, insecurities or what it is, but they're trying to say one thing when they're, yeah, like the girl that says I don't like to rush into things, but she's the one that's trying to get in bed with you before you even try to make a move.
yeah, exactly.
And it's like a defense, trying to cover up, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's just not being honest, and it's okay if you want a boyfriend. I think you just have to be honest about how you're gonna go about it. Because if you're saying I want to be friends, but if there's not, I guess I'm saying if you're not gonna take the time out to get to know someone and have it lead somewhere and build up, and you just want an instant boyfriend, like you should be clear about that. I just want a boyfriend. I don't care who it is. And
Yeah,
show your desperation.
because I think a lot of them are that way.
Yeah, like they say, oh, guys will have sex with anything. Well, a lot of women will boyfriend anyone.
Yeah, they will, but they have to
So
be a
I mean,
boyfriend.
I'm all about being honest with what you want.
You should. And if you're honest with what you want, you're gonna get what you want more often than not.
Yeah, it's true.
Where if you're
Very
sitting
true.
here, lying about it, you're never gonna get what you want.
Yeah. Yep.
That works for pretty much every aspect of life.
Yeah.
If you got to be honest with yourself to get shit in life,
Yep.
or be open minded, willing to try something to get something.
Yeah.
But it's just for as long as online dating's been around, it with reality television, it's just like it crossed the lines where I think people really want to be stars on their profiles, or they want to be try to get as many guys hitting them up, and then they
Yeah.
try to throw it in their face.
You know what it is? I guess I've seen it in person at a club. I haven't been to a club in years, but what I used to see is I'd see a group of girls all dressed up, and they're not looking for guys. They're looking for attention from other girls. And so if you're a guy and you go approach them, and even if you're not being a dirtbag, they'll turn you down no matter what. And they just get off on turning guys down. It's like, why are you even here?
Yeah, you're just a cock tease.
Yeah, why don't
Do
you
they
go home
still
and
use that
study?
term anymore?
I don't. I haven't heard it for years.
But yeah, that's what you are. You're a cock tease. You're doing that just for attention.
Yeah, just go home, study, do something with yourself, because your looks are only gonna last so long.
Yeah, they wear out.
Yep. And you
I know
start
mine
getting
did a
wrinkles.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Should have went to school. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I I think clubs have changed. Do they like? And I don't know how to put this, but like clubs, you used to go to the club and try to meet and hook up, and that's where you
Yeah.
kind of do your hey, what's going on? And now all that shit's done online.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying where they're doing the same shit online, but it doesn't work the same
Uh huh.
because you're only gonna get attention from guys you want to turn away.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people actually, you know, pick a couple out of there, but I don't know.
I'm sure they do, but it's more so about boosting the ego because you have nothing else. You just want to look like you have control over men or whatever. You just want to look like that, even though you don't know shit.
I wonder if it works the opposite way where it makes people depressed because they don't get hit on. They get all bummed out.
I think some people do, but then usually it's them that's causing that. They're not approachable. So they're either not having a good time, or maybe it's just the expression on their face where they look like I'm not here for a good time, so no one's going to want to talk to you.
Well, do you think a lot of people who are online are unapproachable people, or do you think they're busy and they don't have time?
Honestly, I think it's partly unapproachable, and the other part is they're unwilling to approach. I don't think they have the courage to actually go up to someone they don't know and introduce themselves and be like, hey, my name is so and so. How are you? What's your name? People don't do that. They're incapable of doing that. And so what they do is they go online and they hide behind a computer because it's safe. And even if they get rejected, it's not a big deal because there was no personal interaction. It was just a computer.
Yeah, because you're not actually physically seeing somebody, touching somebody. You're just looking at
Yeah.
images on a screen.
So she or he didn't say no. The computer said no. Huh. It's just a computer. It's a piece of technology. Who cares?
Yeah,
But
that's a good point, dude.
and the thing is too, I know a lot of women don't know how to approach men. So they're like, "Oh, I want a boyfriend. I eat Dryer's ice cream all night." It's like, well, why don't you go approach someone? Don't be a coward. Actually, go do something. It's easy.
I think a lot of girls they look old or they think old fashioned. They think the guy has to hit on the girl.
It's a new day, man.
I,
That shit
I
doesn't
think
work
if girls
anymore.
were more open to actually going and hitting on guys that the guys they wanted, they wouldn't end up with all the
Exactly.
douchebags they bitch about.
Exactly. Exactly.
Go
You're
hit up something
absolutely
you
right.
want.
Yeah.
Because if you sit around waiting for somebody to come to you, it's probably not. It's probably the guy that wants to get laid, and
Yeah.
it's probably not somebody you're looking for.
Have you ever been approached by women?
I have, yeah,
And do you think are you more likely to give them attention than others that you have to
yeah,
go up to?
absolutely, 100%.
Why is that?
Because I mean, even if a girl gives a nice smile or something, or gives you that look, because it kind of is like, okay, cool, she's giving me that look. I think she's attractive. Let's go talk. And then you're more in it.
Yeah.
You take more of an interest into it because
Yeah.
you kind of already. I don't know if you want to call it icebreaker or what, but you kind of feel like, okay, maybe there's gonna be some chemistry here. We're gonna get along. She smiled, I smiled, or she came up, to start making small talk.
Yeah.
So you just be yourself. Where if you're trying to, I mean, you can't really force it. So
Yeah.
if you're at a restaurant or something, you see somebody you want to talk to, you can go force conversation. You can go just say hi, but it's still there has to be at least some kind of a look, a smile, a wink. I walk by, she grabs me. It's all good.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if that's the question you were kind of asking, but that's the answer I gave.
Yeah, yeah, just kind of like do you feel like there are women who will I guess give you more of a hint, maybe not approach you completely, but at least let you know like, "Hey, I'm interested."
Yeah, and that's totally cool because you also don't feel like you're gonna waste your time. You don't have to find out she has a boyfriend, but you know that she's open and willing to talk to you. It kind
Yeah.
of you don't look at her, she turns away.
Uh
It just makes it a more approachable situation. It makes you relax, let your guard down. It's like, okay, cool. Let's just sit here, talk, and who knows?
yeah. No, that's a good point. Now, I sent you some article on dating trends.
Yeah, dating trends in America.
Yeah, can you read those off?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
My lack of show prep here. All right,
Uh-oh.
it's 9 surprising facts about dating in America.
Uh-huh.
Um, People are very concerned with teeth. Teeth were one of the top traits people reported judging a potential partner on, according to a survey. Which I know we've discussed that in other, episodes of the show, where, the number one thing you notice is a smile, which
Yeah.
is teeth. And I
Yeah.
think Go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, but it also piggybacks hygiene. You know, someone has good teeth, they have good hygiene. Number two was iPad users are the biggest players.
I think that's stupid.
Can you
I
correlate the
saw it.
two?
That was retarded.
45% of iPad users had a one night stand last year.
That's fucking stupid. That's like saying 99% of people who own shoes have had a one night stand.
Well, what if they haven't?
If you've owned a pair of shoes, you probably. Well, I mean, if you've had a one night stand, you have a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I know what
You
you're
know what I
saying
mean?
too.
It doesn't mean anything.
All right. Number three, women are having better sex than men, or at least single women are more likely to be sexually satisfied.
I'm
49%
not
say they
buying
were
it.
happy compared to 44.
I'm not buying it.
You don't think so?
I don't
I
think
I, I, I think
single
there could be
women.
truth to that because I've noticed when girls are single, sometimes they're willing to do shit they're not willing to do when they're in a
Well,
relationship.
I guess I guess you're right. In terms of being satisfied, yes. Having more, I'd say no.
No, I don't say having more. It says
Yeah,
having
yeah,
better sex and more satisfaction.
yeah. You're probably right. You're right.
I mean, in those terms.
Yeah.
Number four, guys really want to meet your parents. I call shenanigans on that. No way.
Mm, kind of. I think I'd be interested in meeting someone's parents. I mean, not right away, but I'd kind of like to know who their family is.
Well, the survey says 48% say they want to meet a partner's parents before they become exclusive. So basically, before you get in a relationship, you want to meet this person's family.
Mm, I don't know about that.
I don't agree.
I don't think you can. Well, at least for me personally, I can't really be like, well, I have to meet your parents before we get together.
Nah, we can get together. I'll never meet your parents the rest of my life. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me. Another one. Daters fear debt. 54% say they wouldn't date someone with more than $5,000 credit card debt. How many people in this survey do you think that answer that question have over $5,000 in credit card debt? Probably a majority of people.
Even if you don't have 5 grand in credit card debt, you have more than 5 grand somewhere else.
Yeah, you're a fucking hypocrite. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not you, but in general.
Yeah. No, you have a car loan, you have student loans, you have a mortgage. Somewhere else, you have debt.
Yeah. You have bills you have to pay for every month, and there you go. All right, number six. Friends with benefits are becoming more common. In 2012, 44% of single people said they had a friends with benefits arrangement turn into a more traditional relationship. That's up from 20%. Now, see, I don't think friends with benefits translates into a relationship.
It depends on the people. I really do think that.
I mean, I think that it's becoming more common to have a friends with benefits without the relationship. And maybe because it's more common, it leads to more relationships. But from my angle, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You know what I think about that? I think people are putting more emphasis on sexual compatibility. So when they're satisfied sexually and they actually kind of like to hang out with each other, then I think that moves them towards a relationship.
That could probably lead to a good relationship.
Yeah.
If you're good in bed and you like this person and you're already screwing them and you have no commitment and you're willing to commit, chances are it's a pretty good relationship.
I think that's a realistic approach.
Reverse dating. Screw, then get to know each other.
Yep.
Because if sex bad, you're done from the start, right?
Yeah, it's not going to matter. Cuz okay, think about you personally, and I know for me as well. You could get to know someone, let's say like 3 weeks, and then I'm not saying it's going to take 3 weeks to kiss them, but you could get to know them and then you kiss them and you're just not into
I don't. Yeah.
Or even if the kissing is good and then you move to the sex and the sex is horrible, then what? You just wasted your time.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get with someone who has bad sex with you.
Yeah, you got to be with somebody you like to have sex with.
Yeah, so if you started off with sex and then you realize, hey, this person doesn't annoy me and they're actually kind of fun, then you start thinking a little differently.
Yeah,
Your head's
that's
a
gonna be
little
my new
clearer.
angle. I'm gonna ask girls before I get to know you. Can I sleep with you real quick? And if it's good, then we'll get to know each other. Think it'll work?
I think that's a mature approach,
I do.
personally.
I
Let's
do
cut
too.
through all the bullshit and let's get down and dirty, and then we'll find out if we're compatible.
Yeah, we should copyright that somehow. Trademark
What
that.
are we gonna call that? Sexbeforedates.com.
Whatever. I don't know. All right, number 7. Marriage doesn't make you a prude. 76% of married people said they thought about sex once a week. Are you fucking kidding me? You think about sex once a week and that doesn't make you a prude? I think about sex once in every 15, 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah,
Every girl that walks
yeah.
by, if she's hot, I'm like,
Sex, 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 sex,
Honestly.
sex.
And if you say you're wrong, you're full of shit. I mean, I think
Yeah,
every guy thinks that way. Unless you're gay,
yeah.
then you look at dudes. But I
Well,
look
yeah,
at a
but
hot girl walk by. What's up?
you're still thinking about banging someone.
Yeah, you think about sex. And when I'm
Yeah,
out in public and I see hot chicks, I'm like, hmm, I don't know. But once a week, you are a prude. Screw that. You're
yeah.
wrong.
Once a week. I don't know what happened to your life, but it sucks.
Yeah, you're married. Oh, wait. I'm just kidding. All right, number 8. Sex or sexting is far from private. Which I don't know if you have buddies who have showed you those sexting pictures.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not a sexting type of person. I don't sit there and do that with girls, so I don't have pictures to show off.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's good. It's like good promo, self promo. Like you know how you have sex before dating. This is
Yeah.
good. Like okay, what am I getting into?
Yeah. Okay. I haven't really done it, but you just have to understand that it's not private. So whenever, you know, you're doing that stuff,
Nothing's private.
people are sharing it.
Yeah,
Even the porn you watch on TV or on the internet's not private. Somebody knows it's there. Somebody
oh
knows
yeah,
where you're at.
of course.
All right. Number 9. Your date could be secretly frisking you.
Like they're gonna search you and steal your shit.
22% of single women said they secretly search their dates' pockets, drawers, or closets.
Wow, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it, even if you're not doing something suspicious. That's
People are
just how they
nosy.
are. They're detectives
Yeah.
by
They watch
nature.
too much CIS or what's it
They
called?
watch too much Housewives.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So that's that. Any thoughts on it? Do you care?
No, I thought a few of those were good, but some were kind of, I don't know, off base.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that
I
a
wasn't
lot
buying
about
into
a lot
them.
of shit.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Facebook. They got in a little backlash for
Uh,
blocking a mom who posted a breastfeeding picture on a page meant for new mothers to show them how to breastfeed.
nice.
Yeah. So Facebook backpedaled and allowed it
Uh,
after they blocked the picture and all that, and everybody's dragging their feet or
excuse me.
dragging them in the mud and whatever.
Uh,
So yeah.
what do you think about that? Do you think they should have taken it down, or should they have just allowed it from the beginning?
Well, have you seen the pic?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just she's breastfeeding him in front of an American flag and a pinup. Maybe she's trying to feel sexy breastfeeding her kid. I don't know, but if it was on just her personal profile, it's probably not something you want to do.
Yeah.
If it's on a page for new mothers that's viewed by new mothers and it's like a focus type group thing, whatever. I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I don't fucking know.
What about breastfeeding at work or in public? Do you think that's acceptable, or is it just
Well, you
none of
shouldn't have your
anyone's
kids
business?
at work.
Yeah. Well, what if they're pumping?
Whatever. No, if you want to breastfeed in public, go for it.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want.
I
I
think
have.
people make too much of a big deal out of little stuff.
You're feeding a kid. Granted, there's a
Yeah.
tit there, but you're feeding a kid. I'm sorry.
But what's a tit? All it is fat and a nipple.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
that's what it is. Good description, dude.
I broke it down real good.
Yeah. There's a few more parts to it, but that's all right.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm simplifying it, but that's the point.
I hope you know, dude. I know you know. So, hey, do you want to take a break and then we'll come back and
Yeah, we could take a break right now.
we'll dive into the next few things we have?
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Peace. Bobby, you back.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? How was your break?
It's great.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's
Did
good.
it change your life?
No,
Oh,
working on
okay.
on a forcing it, I guess.
Nice. Oh, you got your cold beer.
Oh shit! I forgot to get one.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Damn. Oh well.
Yeah, so before we left the break, or left to break, we were talking about the nine dating trends in America. Now, there was a few other stories that we came across this week. One was about a teacher leaving primary school so she could practice her pole dancing.
Yeah, it's a teacher in England, Emma Nicholson. She was a kindergarten teacher. She
Uh,
was a full time teacher, but she did pole dancing on the side. She just
uh,
came to a realization that she'd rather be a pole dancer and quit teaching. Which I think power to her, right?
yeah, I think it's awesome. If that's what she wants to do, I think it's great.
I think, people should have enough balls to do what they really want to do. And if it's pole dancing, whatever.
Yeah. Was
She
it just
go ahead.
was she going to be an exotic dancer, or was she going to, was it more like that fitness pole dancing where she was going to teach a class?
Yeah,
Does it
it's
say?
kind of it's not nude, but it's pole dancing. It's
Oh,
basically
okay.
the same shit but with clothes on, skimpy
Oh, it
outfits.
has taste.
It's
Not
the first
interesting.
song. You know the first song in a strip club when they leave all the clothes on.
Oh. Ugh.
Whatever. But no,
Yeah.
she just got she was with some friends and one of them got a pole, and then
Uh,
they started dancing when they were drunk one night, and then she decided she wanted to pole at home, and then she got into it and started teaching classes, and she decided she liked dancing on a pole more than teaching 5-year-olds.
yeah,
I'm moving to England, dude. Yeah,
that's cool, man. You need a
that
career
is
change?
cool. But I know it did bring up some problems at her work. They
Uh,
gave her the business. So she had to quit. She chose this over teaching.
nice.
Do you
Yeah.
think teachers' personal lives should
Mm,
impact their job?
I think it depends what it is. Pole dancing, if she's doing a class or she's just, if it's not nude, I don't think it's a big deal. But then again, I don't know. I think parents might get worried about who's teaching their kids. So in that sense, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I think too that's just part of people holding certain people to a higher moral standard. I don't think people realize people are people.
Yeah. I just I mean, you always hear stories about teachers getting fired for their private lives.
Yeah.
And I know there's been in the news a few like teachers secretly had a sex tape
Uh
that got circulated and then they instantly got fired.
yeah, I remember that.
I mean, if it happens before they did it, or before they were a teacher, or it happened in their private lives, and it wasn't for sale publicly, I don't know. I don't have kids, so
Yeah.
but I just do think teachers should be held to a higher standard.
To a certain extent, yes, cuz they are a role model for a certain amount of time during the day for kids. So, in a way, yes, but at the same time, I'm thinking like, well, if that's your personal life, that's no one else's business but your own.
Yeah,
She's not hurting anyone. She's not hurting herself. So in that sense, no, I don't think it's anyone's business.
and it's not school kids. They chances are don't have a clue what that is, and they have no way of getting to the video.
And they're not going to know. Well, for example, with the pole dancer, they're not going to know unless their parents bring it up.
Exactly. And as if not everybody has sex in their own private lives.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. If I had kids in school and I found out their teacher was doing that, I probably wouldn't care.
I'd send her flowers personally.
Yeah. Here's the thank you note. Thank you for being such a good teacher.
Thank you for being such an inspiration to my child.
Yeah. I just, but another story that was in the news the past week was a local story in Hemet.
Uh,
The assistant principal at Takitz or Takwitz or however you say it, high school, was arrested
uh,
on sex charges. Um, they arrested her on April 3rd, suspicion of multiple sexual misconduct charges with students. She was 45 and she's accused of having relationships with 3 male students from the high school. And she got ousted in the undercover sting or whatever.
wow.
Yeah. There's
Wow.
more to the story. You can go to Press Enterprise and read it, but
Uh,
I mean that's hitting home. She's not attractive at all either.
yeah.
So I feel bad for these kids that can't even brag about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but an assistant principal, that's
Yep.
kind of a big deal.
Just threw it all to the wind, caution to the wind, and we're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Literally.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know, man.
just I wonder what drives a teacher to go down that path. I mean, I know these kids were like 17, 16 years old, but still, like, what drives somebody to go that way? With all the men out there and women and
I think a lot of it is they're drawn to their innocence and they're in a position of power, so maybe they think they'll get away with it or no one's going to say anything. But you know how it is with guys. If you're that age and you're banging someone, regardless of who it is, you're going to brag about it.
oh, absolutely.
Whereas maybe if you're a girl and you're with someone you shouldn't be, you might be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a different mentality there.
Yeah, so yeah, dude, teachers in your area going off the
That's awesome.
handle.
Yeah, awesome. Getting caught up. I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
man.
just uh, that's crazy. Do people
It
just
seems like
like
it's
throwing their
happening.
lives away?
Yeah, it seems like that's being more better documented when women are sleeping with young boys, and not necessarily that it was never happening, just that they're getting caught now.
I mean, I remember when I was in high school, you'd hear stories and you'd read
Yeah,
about it, and you're like, "Where's my teacher that wants?" you know,
yeah,
isn't that the first reaction of a high school kid?
pretty much.
He's like, "I never had a teacher like that," and they're all bummed out
Yep.
because it's a bragging right. But yeah, I think it is documented a lot more now.
And nothing's private. That's what we were talking about earlier. The sex tape, or what were we? We were discussing
Um,
something else.
there was a company that grabs IP addresses of people that are watching porn, and they're
Yeah,
suing them frivol. I can't say that word.
frivolously.
Frivolously. Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
they're suing them, and they were taking these people to court, and then the judge is like, "Well, you're just screwing these people. You have no rights
yeah.
to any of this," and it blew up, and it was a whole big case. But it just shows that no matter what you do, people are tracking your movements.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and what that company would do is they would find an IP address that was watching porn, and they would see who was living in the house, and then they would pick either the teenage kid or the married father, and somebody that wouldn't want it to be public, and they would threaten them that they were going to be put on a public list, and they wanted these people to give them $4,000.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're at home, I mean, I think majority of people, especially guys on computers, they've watched porn in one form or the other.
I've never watched porn.
Yeah,
Never
I
in my
bet.
life. I'm clean.
I bet you a lot of women watch porn too.
Oh, of course they do.
You know, but it just shows that at every moment, people are paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah,
There's no privacy.
it's no, it's if you're on your cell phone, your text messages aren't private. Your wireless isn't private. Your location isn't private. I mean, look at Google Maps. You can see everything. You
Oh,
can
you
get
have to be 300 feet or something, then it pixelates.
well, you know what I mean. No, you could be right up on the doorstep.
Can you?
Yeah, yeah. If you know the address, you can see the house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's nothing that's out of reach or that people don't know because it's all on the internet and it's accessible and it's basically a big database.
Yeah, and then with cameras nowadays, they're putting in areas and neighborhoods. You're just getting watched even more. So you go to the park with your girlfriend and you're trying to make out, and the cops show up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Making out with my girlfriend. You know? Could
Yeah,
you?
buzz off.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's stupid.
Can't do shit.
I know. What the hell? One thing that has changed is a U.S. judge took off restrictions on the morning after pill for younger age women to use now.
Yeah, that was a good decision.
I think that was a good decision.
Yeah.
I mean, don't make a habit out of taking the morning after pill as a contraceptive.
Uh-huh.
But if you're 17 years old and you do it right away and you want to avoid that path in life and that hard life of a child and you know just everything that goes with having kids at a younger age when you're 15, 16, I think it's a good move.
Yeah, definitely.
It can stop a mistake before it becomes a problem, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's called Plan B. I think it's real maybe not the most proactive approach, but if you know you're not ready, I think it's a good alternative to condoms or birth control, traditional birth control at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
think
what
it's a
they
smart
say
move.
is a girl that has a kid between the ages of 15 and 18, a third of those girls will have another kid by the time they're 21.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm not saying that's bad or whatever, but that just gets you on a path that's just a hard path, and it's hard on those kids. I've seen it firsthand how hard it can be on a kid that's raised by someone that was not ready for a child.
Yeah.
And I know people say, well, whatever. The whole debate's on that. I'm not gonna get into that stuff, but I've seen the hardships that it creates, and if you can get rid of it before it even is an idea, I think it's a great move.
Yeah, definitely. And the weirdest thing to me is if you ever see, without getting too much into it, if you ever see people who protest Planned Parenthood or places that perform abortions, they're always old as fuck. Like they're about to die. Why
And
are
there's
you
only
still
about two
concerned
of
with
them.
this shit? Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 people outside that have the fucking fetus that's, all messed up. That's that picture. But it's like, why are you still concerned with this? This doesn't even affect you, and you're about to leave this earth. I mean, I just think it's kind of absurd that they're still buying into that thing.
It is absurd, but that's like the Westboro Baptist Church. They're the ones that picket funerals for soldiers. They're picketing Roger Ebert's funeral.
For what?
He's a film critic. I don't know. They're gonna picket his. They go after whatever, and then they use it to abolish gay rights or whatever the hell they want to do. They're sick, twisted agendas.
Yeah.
I just it's extremism.
Yeah. Fucking retarded.
People need to stay out of other people's lives.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
I mean, I was in a situation today that I'm not really gonna get into too much detail about, but I saw firsthand judging somebody else, and the comment was somebody was playing music, and they had rap on with cuss words, and a kid across street went across street on a bike. This guy was at his house washing his truck, whatever. I didn't see it. But I heard someone say, what's this country coming to when people just don't give a shit? Which, I understand you should have judgment. You shouldn't play bad music in front of little kids. But what gives you the right to be Mr. Almighty, I know everything, to this guy over here? It was I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, that happens a lot. People are very concerned with what you're doing. And I know in that instance, I'm always like, well, what skeletons are in your closet that, like,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
High and mighty. What have you done in the past?
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what came to my mind. I'm like, what made you so fucking perfect? I was like, I
Yeah,
know you got shit you're hiding, you're not telling anybody, but you're gonna sit here and
exactly.
just talk shit and then say, "What's this country coming to?"
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I was kind of like, "Wow, okay,
And when people say that, they have that old mentality that they're still trying to, hold on to. It's like that's not the correct way to do things.
yeah." And I noticed it out here. It's different than when I was in California. California is progressive; it's changing.
Yeah.
Arizona is fighting itself because naturally it's going to change because things evolve and nationalities, races, just everything's always, evolving and changing and statistics are changing. But I
Yeah.
noticed a lot of people in Arizona want to fight that head on or they realize they're losing it, so they just go the opposite way and they go to staunch American and I carry my gun, which, you're right, I guess.
Yeah.
But you gotta open your eyes and realize shit's changing. I mean, they
But
still can't even get over President Obama as the president around these parts.
you know what it is that a lot of those areas were already like that. It's just they're becoming more so. So
Yeah,
they were
but when
already
you,
everything already existed, but then now it's more so you're seeing a heavier influence, which I mean that's natural. It
yeah,
was already there. It never left
well, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't,
because people have been brainwashed. That's why.
yeah,
They don't know the history of the country or the area. And a lot of people that live in Arizona aren't from Arizona. They're not from the Southwest, so they don't quite understand the history of it.
yeah, and it's just I don't know. This isn't a political show.
No, it's not. But I mean, fuck, it's if you live in the region, it's a little different.
Yeah, but I mean to get back to the point is like the whole contraceptive thing and like you were saying about picketing, it's that type of mentality around here. It's more prevalent than in places like California where there's more people.
Yeah,
There's more forward thinkers in California, New York than I think in Arizona.
yeah, definitely.
But
Um, one thing I wanted to point out was it's kind of in line with what we're talking about. There's a right or not right, but a group of I guess they're gays and lesbians who are activists, and I think the group's called like Pink Pistols, and they teach their
that's
community
fucking
how to
funny.
get guns to protect themselves. I thought that was fucking awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's the name. I think it's Pink Pistols. It was pretty cool to me.
That
Smart,
that's cool. I would love to
very
see people
smart.
that are. What's up?
I said very smart.
Yeah, because you get the gun toting. We have the right to carry a gun, but we hate gays. Where well, they have a
Yeah,
right to carry a gun.
exactly.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
very very smart, very proactive.
Yeah. Hey, if they're teaching gun safety, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like how to get a firearm and which one is best for you, best suited. So I think that's a good thing.
And that's crazy because that's kind of two different worlds coming together.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's pretty neat.
Yeah. But what else were we talking about? I sent you another topic. I forget which one.
let me let me see. Hold on. Sorry. Um, I've got an article from, and that's why you're single.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one. I forgot which one was that. I sent you a few from that site.
Uh, this was a in dating, does water truly seek its own level?
Was that about getting someone that's up to your standards or trying to
Yeah,
what was it belittle them?
yeah. It was like a question where somebody talked about meeting a guy. They were together 3 months. It didn't work out. Then they got back together, and they're trying to change and do things differently. And the reality is, they're just not meant for each other, but they're still trying to make it work,
Yeah.
which is pointless.
Do you think that's common?
Oh yeah,
Uh huh.
I, I I think more people do that more often than not. People
Yeah.
like to force issues and try to make changes and improve people, and for whatever reason, try to prove other people wrong.
Yeah.
They just don't do it for themselves.
Yeah. I think too, if you get with someone when you're younger, you're gonna grow and you're gonna evolve. And if you're with someone and they can't accept that, and you start moving in two different directions, it's never gonna work. You're just gonna force the issue.
Yeah, which you can't do. If it's either
No.
gonna work or it's not.
Yeah.
But
But there was another thing in there. Didn't it say they broke up and then they got back together?
yeah, they were together 3 months, then they broke up, cooled off, then they got back together.
Yeah, the best point I heard in that was I think I forget the person who responded to it. I forget her name, but she said that you two didn't get back together because it was working. You got back together because you were both single.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really profound and really straightforward, basically saying that you're doing it out of convenience. You're not doing it because you're really into that person.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're doing it because they're single, because they want that attention, that comfort, that void, and they're like you said earlier when we were talking about online dating. They're taking that anybody as a boyfriend.
Yeah,
So she's taking anybody, and
yeah,
she's making changes, and she's not happy, but she's still doing it because she just wants a boyfriend.
yeah. Too, while we're on that topic, I've seen it's almost like two, I guess I'd say two extremes. One is where almost like no guy's good enough, and the other one is where any guy's good enough. And there's not really a common, middle ground where someone's like, okay, well, I like this person, we'll see where it goes. It's almost like I want to be attached, or no one's good enough for me.
Yeah, I and like the standoffish, don't talk to me. I'm too good for you. I'm too good for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Yeah. I-
yeah, and it's a reality check. It's like, well, if you continue with that mentality, you're gonna be in your 50s and you're gonna be single, wondering why you couldn't get a man.
they're unhappy people.
Yeah,
That because you know what, you're unhappy, and I think when you say that there's nobody good enough, and I really think you're insecure and you're not comfortable with yourself. So you're just lying to
yeah,
everybody. So in
yeah,
reality, you would take anybody, but you're going to use that argument as in nobody's good enough for me, or this is the
yeah,
only thing I want.
yep,
Or I think, and then some people are honest about it, and then they'll just get with anybody. They're like, screw it.
yep. First come, first serve.
Yeah. And I know, every situation, I guess, is different.
Uh,
There are, people that really know what they want. They have standards.
I don't think it's wrong to have standards. I just think that there are some people who are overly critical without getting to know someone. So they're already like, well, I've written this person off because of something, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that does happen a lot. One bad thing, they like that list I was talking about earlier. They have a list of 20 things. They might fit 19 of them, but if they don't fit one of them, you're just out. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay, keep searching. Enjoy.
yeah. And
So,
it's okay to be picky, or not picky. It's okay to be, selective about who you're going out with. But at a certain point, you really have to understand that the dynamic changes once you hit a certain age. Like
hmm
things aren't so flexible, and especially once you start going into your 30s, people have more baggage. They've had divorces, or they've had children, or they've had multiple divorces, or different scenarios are set up now. It's not like when you were 18, 19, 21. Now you have life. Life has gotten to them. So you
yeah.
have to be a little more knowledgeable about the dating climate out there.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
There's no comparison. Because when you're
No.
young, you can blow shit off, screw shit off, go out during the week.
Do
You know,
whatever.
yeah, you
No
can
one
do anything.
cares. Yeah.
you don't have the responsibilities. When you're older and you have house, car, whatever bills, you got responsibilities. When you go to, you got a job, you gotta get up at 6 in the morning, and you're not gonna want to stay out till 2 in the morning.
Yep.
I mean, what I did at 18, I'd go to the bar, go, till it closed, go home at 2 o'clock, sleep till 5, get up and drive to work, half cocked.
Yeah.
I look at that shit now, I'm like, damn, if I didn't go to sleep by 10 and I had more than one beer, I wouldn't be getting up.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
I'm
things
old.
change a lot
Damn.
once you get older.
Yeah, thanks for the reality check.
Well, it's true, man. Fuck.
Nah, it
That's why you
is.
go
I enjoy it.
go
Fuck
out and
it.
party on the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I do. I enjoy my weekends. I never enjoyed them before. Everything was just a blur. Now I actually enjoy weekends.
Yeah. Yep.
Work hard
Yep.
during the week, party on the weekends.
Exactly. What you're
So,
supposed to do.
yeah, fucking enjoy life.
Yep. Do it.
Yep.
Well, I think that's it for this week, unless you have something to add. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting
Nah,
ahead of myself.
no, you're good. I was about to cut you off.
Oh, sweet. Well, that's going to conclude this week's episode of the Affezi.com podcast, the Affezi Experience. I'm live from Riverside, California.
And I'm
Dog is out in
live
Arizona.
from some small shitty town in Arizona.
Shithole, Arizona.
Been around since the 1800s. I saw the sign as I drove by today. I think
Oh,
it said
sweet.
1866.
It was just a plot of land.
Yes, probably. They had
Awesome.
dude, it was a cowboy town. They had a mine, all kinds of shit.
Sweet.
I,
Did
I
you go
don't
mining
fucking
yet?
know. Haha.
Did you go mining yet?
No.
Okay. Oh, I was just checking.
Mm.
Yeah, but we'll be back next week, April 17th, for another episode at 8 o'clock live. Same location.
Same everything.
Yeah. Check us out. That's all I got for this week.
Yeah, I'm good too, man.
We're going to take you out with Riverside's own Bonsai. Title of the track is called This Habit off of Excess and Insights. Good night.
Adios. Any day now. We just said bye.